So, welcome to the third Flutecast of this technology series of Flutecasts. This time we're going to go back to the mixer that we looked at last time, and we're going to look at one additional control that we didn't cover, which are digital effects. Digital effects are what you often hear on native flute recordings. You often hear a reverb effect that gives it the sound of playing in a canyon. And it's so common and so prevalent that when you hear a native flute without that reverb, it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like a good quality recording. So we're going to use the mixer to add it into our sound. And there's a single control on here that we use for reverb, which is this one. And it's actually two knobs. It's this guy, and there's a knob up here that selects the program. And the program number shows the type of digital effect. And right now I've selected program 0, which on this unit, we have 99 programs to work with on this unit, and program 0 is a reverb. So like we did last time, I'm going to record a loop on the loop pedal, and we're going to use that to hear the different digital effects. Here we go. There it is, and now I'm going to bring in program 0 by turning up this knob on my flute channel. Single control, and I'm going to bring in reverb. So, whoa, there we go. One thing to remember is turn down the reverb, otherwise you're in a canyon. So I've turned down the reverb, and two things happened there. As I brought in the reverb, my sound got louder because I've got the reverb unit adding to the basic sound of my flute, so I had to turn down my volume control a little bit. You're always fiddling with the knobs in this situation. The second thing was you heard me bring in an awful lot of reverb. It's very, very easy when you first get experience with these digital effects to want to overuse them. And that's absolutely fine. Put it in your headphones, overuse them, crank them up, explore them, have fun with them. But at the end of the day, when you get in front of an audience, be aware of the sound that they're going to want to hear. So the rule I try to follow is bring in just enough digital effects so it enhances the quality of the sound, but don't overdo it to the point where they say, he's using digital effects. Try to make it sound as natural as possible. Bringing in just the right amount of reverb it's really kind of an art. So as I bring this in, I'm going to listen to the quality of the sound in my headphones, listening to the speakers if you've got them overhead, and we're going to play that again, and maybe somewhere around there might be good. Now we're going to change programs. We're going to look at the various programs. That program 0 is called, on this unit, it's called the gymnasium reverb. I'm going to change it to, let's see, I got program 9 here. When I do that, it's going to be a large hall reverb. You have to change the number and then push the little button on this, and let's hear large hall. And this is typically the one I'm going to want to use, especially in performance situations. A large hall reverb, let's hear it. Let's look at some of the others. I'm going to look at, just go through a few of these 99 programs. What you're going to want to do if you've got 99 programs to work with is go through each one of them and listen to them on your headphone or record them and see what they sound like and pick the ones that you really like. So now we're going to look at another effect. Another classic effect is to bring in a delay. And there's one on here that I like, which is called a long ping pong delay. It's number 65. Oh, there we go, 65, select it, and now Great way to test the delay is just little dits on the flute. Something like that. Let's hear it. There's our sample sound with the ping pong delay. And I'm actually going to use this effect kind of in a performance situation. I'm going to turn it up a fair amount, and I'm going to get in sync with the speed of the delay and see if I can use it to perform. Use it as part of my performance. There we go. Okay, turn that down. And another thing we're going to look at is pitch. There are pitch shifters, and if I have it on my voice, you can hear that, and the sound of the flute is. That's an electronic algorithm that's attempting to take the pitch of the flute and shift it down an octave and up an octave and play all three simultaneously. And you can hear that it's got some problems with the flute. So maybe it doesn't sound the greatest. Maybe we'll just pass that one right along and move on to a combination. Okay, there's a setting on here which takes reverb and adds a chorus effect to it. It fattens the sound. Okay, I'm going to play that. There's a lot of these combination effects for you to explore. When you're doing this live, you have direct control over your live sound. If you're using this in a recording situation, the best thing to do, I think, is while you're recording, listen in your headphones, if you're using headphones, to a feed that has reverb in it. You'll play better with the reverb, but when you're actually doing the recording, while you're listening to it with reverb, record it without any effects. Record it dry. That way you can add effects while you're mixing in post-processing exactly to taste, exactly to the way you like it. If you record it with the effects, there's nothing you can do about it afterwards. You can't take digital effects out, but you can always add digital effects in the mixing step. So this is the kind of thing you can use to enhance your performances, to control the quality of your sound, to control the canyon echoes and the reverb effects, to fatten your sound just a little bit, and to bring out the real beauty and the real power of the sound of this instrument. It's that sound that people gravitate towards because it's a sound that calls to a different place and a different time. And you can maximize the quality and the sound of this instrument with careful use of a little bit of technology. So we hope this has been useful. We hope these technology things don't take you out of the space of playing from the heart. That's the kind of space we try to stay in as much as possible when we're doing flute circles, when we're doing flute retreats and flute workshops. And we would love to have you join us at a workshop in the future. This is the kind of thing that we do very experientially. The recordings that are done are not done with a mind towards technology. That's why we put them out on these flute casts. It's done towards a mind of playing from the heart and getting the best sound recorded as possible. So we hope you can join us at a workshop. And that didn't work. Didn't work at all. Not at all. No, not at all. No, not at all. No.